If you're looking for stained glass, you'd probably first peek into a church. But in Ely, you can also check it out at the library.
And it's just such a wonderful thing to make our library unique.
In Ely, the library itself tells a story.
The things that draw people to Ely, plus the things that Ely was built on.
This story, not on a shelf, but in the windows.
The first two represent the first people who came through this area. It would have been the first Americans and then the voyagers.
Sandy Brandley and Claire Taylor are two of many Northland artists who made these stained glass windows by hand.
We figured it out after we did all the bills for the windows across the front, after getting this wonderful grant that we were given. And we made $2.18 an hour.
But it was so worth it.
Time donated to make good use of glass left to the city.
When we started building the library 10 years ago, they were also working on a project in City Hall to do some renovation there. And of course, this meant shifting around a lot of stuff. And in the process, they found all this stained glass.
The artists jumped on the chance to work with it.
It was a big enough gift that we thought the entire city should reap the benefit of it.
The first thing they made was a scene featuring a turtle.
So it was a wonderful starting point.
And there was plenty of glass left to keep going.
We're trying to use animals that are known widely. A walleye, a wolf, the bear, the bear, the loon. And so we just wanted to do things that children would recognize and say, I've seen that.
Come 2020, Ely got legacy money from the regional library system specifically for public art.
So we said, well, wouldn't it be great to have some more stained glass? And so we actually went out and did a formal bid process at that point. And the same group of artists said, well, we'll bid on that. And they were very kind and worked with the art committee on creating a series of stained glass pieces that depict Ely's history kind of in pairs.
These two represent the mining industry, which is what pretty much put Ely on the map.
From industry to entertainment.
And then, of course, dog sledding.
Each window took about 50 hours of work.
It just is such a sense of community when you're doing this.
I've always loved libraries for the endless numbers of books to read. But in Ely, this place is more than just a library. It's also a local art museum.
All the art in here is just so special to the area.
Not just the stained glass.
Every single piece in here, to me, has some sort of a story.
Ely's library even has an art committee to decide what belongs.
We do try and look at it as, a cultural representation of our area, but also a teaching sort of a thing, and maybe hopefully an inspiration.
To try new things.
It was a lot of fun, a lot of learning. All of us learned something.
Bookended by the past.
Then we have the three industries that built Ely.
And those guys are walking into the future.
Yep.
That is fantastic.
What I particularly like about it, of course, was working with all these great people, these great artists, but also great grandkids are going to look at this and realize where their heritage was. In mining, in logging, in things that people don't necessarily do a lot of anymore.
The sequel, still being written.
It has been a joyful journey, and for all of us.
So beautiful. It was so nice to be there on a sunny day to really get the full effect of the light coming through that stained glass. Well, a new year is always a bit unpredictable, but 25 years ago, it was extra unpredictable. Coming up here on The Lift, Y2K is now old news.